Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming events in Hong Kong racing and look for an angle that might be the path to finding the winner. Well, a bit of a come down from last week's top class racing this week, but we still have winners to find, and the first race we're going to take a look at is race 4, where our winning factor is the trainer. This is a class 4 on the dirt, 1200 metres, and looks competitive enough, with the top weight Golden Long coming off a good run at his first attempt on the surface. Shanghai Style is a recent winner this course and distance. Off-Road Master and Robot Knight look proper chances, and there will be even fans of the likes of Dragon Air Force, who is bred for the dirt, and Euro Rocks. So a few horses with claims here, but I want to focus mostly on Golden Long, Off-Road Master and Robot Knight, and two of those three met over this course and distance at their most recent appearance. This is race 126, Gate 4, Robot Knight in yellow begins well as usual, while in Gate 9, dark green with yellow sleeves and cap, Golden Long is not well away and there's good pace on, so Derek Long is looking to get across behind the speed, but it just doesn't happen. He's stuck wide and exposed and keen to go faster, you can see, and he pulls his way up into the first three around the home turn. Robot Knight, meanwhile, has had a soft run, trailing the leader, and he's the one that goes clear. Golden Long looms, but has wasted a lot of energy in the run pulling, and he can't bridge the gap. So that was Golden Long's first run on the dirt. He handled that well. It was also his first run for 6 months. So he's had that race, he's had a trial in between, and I think we're going to see a horse who's fitter and more relaxed when he goes round on Sunday. The other horse I want to look at here is Off-Road Master, who's only had the one start, and his debut was over 1200 metres, but on the turf Sha Tin course. This is race 148. He's in Gate 4 here, red and yellow colours, Off-Road Master, one of the best away, but there are others looking to lead, so he drops into the box seat behind them. He gets a lovely trip here. There is a brush with another runner at the 300 metres as he attempts to come out, but not a real excuse, just something to think about for a horse having his first race start. But he applies himself well, sticks on strongly in 4th. What makes him interesting on Sunday is that he was 65 to 1 in that race at his debut, and his trials prior had been pretty much okay, all of them, but the one that stuck out was his dirt trial, and now he comes to that surface for the first time in a race on Sunday. Meanwhile, on the map, there's good speed here, pace in the inside 3 gates, potential front runners further out in Dragon Air Force, a Robot Knight and Jolly Companion from the outside with Brittany Wong aboard. So that looks like half the field trying to get forward positions, and the horses who are looking to run into it in the final stages, they're really going to get their chance. I think that setup is certainly all in favour of Golden Long, but the real tick for him also comes from the yard that he is trained out of. Now, we've already had a few dirt races this season, but I thought before we go any further, this is a chance to remind everyone just how our trainers rank on this surface, and you can see there is really no comparison. Frankie Law has dominated dirt racing in Hong Kong since the start of his training career. Mark Newnham there in his second season, you see, is doing a good job in terms of stroke rate, but nothing more than the market expects. However, Law is best on stroke rate and miles ahead of what the betting market expects from his horses on the dirt. So the tip from me in race 4 is Golden Long. His winning factor, the trainer. Yes, in terms of form, I think he's probably close to favourite in anyone's mind anyway, but that extra push that you get from knowing his trainer is dominant on this surface, certainly something in his favour. The other race I want to take a look at is the day's feature, the Chevalier Cup, race 7, and our winning factor here, the distance. Now this is a very good class 2, 1600 metres, and we have a very interesting newcomer here, Northern Hemisphere 3-year-old Romantic Thor in the Romantic Warrior colours, and I'm sure his connections will be hoping to win a derby this season. A number of horses a year older here are too late for derbies, of course, but they will still have their eyes on some stakes races in the future. Horses like Green and White, Patch of Theta, Sunlight Power and Voyage Samurai. So they're all chances to win the race, certainly a very competitive event, but I want to put the most attention on Green and White and on Patch of Theta, who was beaten at his first 1600 metre attempt last time out. This is race 115. He's in gate 12 in blue and white colours, and Patch of Theta is fast away, probably faster away than we've ever seen him before, but it turns out not to be the race where that was ideal. A lot of early speed under him here. They punch up and that seals his fate. He spends the entire race wide, running into the breeze. He comes out to make his challenge, but the extra effort has told and he is run over in the final 150 metres by horses who have been able to save more energy. So third there behind two of Sunday's rivals, Karma and Helene Feeling, but they did have a better setup in the race, and I do think that Patch of Theta made the mark there that he can run 1600 metres when he gets a better race setup. Now, a number of the other chances in this race ran in the Panasonic Cup last start over 1400 metres. This is race 172, and I'm highlighting gate 4, Green and White in, believe it or not, green and white colours, and there is a strong pace here right from the start with a number of runners competing early. Green and White drops a fair way back behind them from his inside draw, but he's getting a great trip for Matty Poon. He never has to go around a horse, working up the rail even in the straight until the 200 metres, where he pops out with plenty still to offer and hits the line well to win. Now Green and White, he's 2 from 2 this season, in great form, but he's looking to prove himself over the extra 200 metres at his first attempt at 1600 metres. I do think the way the race maps is going to give him his chance. We see a good speed once again in this race with potential front runners like Voyage Samurai, Telecom Fighters, Top Gun and Healthy Happy working across from his wide draw. I'd be surprised if they get into a four-way duel, but there does look enough pace to give everyone their chance to get into the race. Now we saw how well Patch of Theta began last start. I'm not sure that we'll see him quite as prominent here, but he'll be fairly prominent and this time happy to sit behind the speed, save his energy with a softer trip, and he'll have more when it comes to the run home. So the tip from me in race 7, Patch of Theta. His winning factor, the distance. I don't think there's a lot between him and Green and White, but Green and White still to tick the box at 1600 metres. But I think Patch of Theta, even in defeat, showed us that he will run out that distance strongly when he gets things a little bit easier, and that's the way it looks on Sunday. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Enjoy the racing Sunday. We'll see you next time.